All right, let's talk about one of the biggest fears in any construction project, watching the budget just explode. We're going to dive into a specific tool designed to stop that from happening. You know the feeling, right? It's that classic nightmare scenario. You agree on a price, you shake on it, and then the costs just start creeping up and up and up. It's a genuine fear that keeps people up at night. And look, this isn't just some vague anxiety. It's a fundamental problem that's kind of baked into the very nature of construction. I mean, there are just so many variables, so many moving parts. Trying to nail down the final costs can feel like a total guessing game. So that leads us to the million-dollar question, doesn't it? How on earth do you lock in a price, a firm, solid number you can actually take to the bank, before you've even put a shovel in the ground? Well, it seems tricky, but there is a way. And that, my friends, is where this comes in, the JCT Lump Sum Contract. You can think of it as the construction industry's best attempt at making a rock-solid, fixed-price promise. It's all about bringing certainty into a pretty uncertain world. So what is it exactly? Well, it's pretty much what it says on the tin. A contractor agrees to build everything for one single fixed price, the lump sum. But here's the absolute key, the most important part. Based on a full design. You have to have everything designed down to the last detail before you sign. Without that, the whole thing just doesn't work. Let's make this real. Picture this. A university wants a brand new library. They get their architects and engineers to design every single bit of it. Then they put it out to tender, and a contractor comes back and says, yep, we can build exactly that for a fixed price of £12 million. That's it. That is the number. It's the target everyone is now aiming for. Okay, so a promise like that, it doesn't just happen by magic, right? You can't just wing it. To make it stick, you need a really clear plan, and you need everyone involved to know their exact role. It's all about having a proper structure in place. And this is where it gets really clever. Look at how these roles are separated. The client's job, provide the finished drawings, and, of course, pay the bills. The design team, they do all the creative work up front. The contractor, their job is simple. Build what's on the plans for the price they agreed. And then you've got the contract administrator, who's kind of like the referee, making sure everyone sticks to the rules. That clarity is absolutely vital. This whole process has a name. It's often called traditional procurement. And notice how linear it is. First, you design, and I mean fully design, 100%. Only then, once the design is finished, do you go and find a contractor to build it. It's sequential. Design it, then build it. Two totally separate stages. Okay, a fixed price sounds pretty amazing, doesn't it? For a client, that's the dream, total cost certainty. But you know there's always a but, right? There's always a trade-off. What do you have to sacrifice to get that level of certainty? And here it is, the heart of the deal. On the plus side, you get that incredible price certainty. You also get super clear roles and fantastic quality control, because it's your designers checking the contractor's work. But on the other side of the coin, you lose flexibility. Changing your mind halfway through can get really expensive and really slow. And this right here, this is the big one. The client bears the design risk. Why? Because the contractor is just building the plans you gave them. If there's a mistake in those plans, well, that's on you. Now, this little bit of text is crucial. It's the fine print of that fixed price. See that bit at the end? Except where there are authorized changes. They're called variations. So yes, the client can change things, maybe move a wall or add a window, but it's not a casual thing. It's a formal process, and it will almost certainly change the cost and the timeline. The price is only fixed for the work you originally designed. So what's the takeaway here? It's that a JCT lump sum contract is not some magic bullet for every single project. It's a specialist tool, and just like any tool, it works brilliantly, but only when you use it for the right job. So how do you know if it's the right tool for you? Well, you can kind of ask yourself these questions. Is your design completely finished and locked down? Is getting cost certainty your absolute #1 priority? And do you think the project is pretty straightforward and unlikely to change much? If you're nodding yes to those, then this might be a perfect fit. And it's not a one-size-fits-all thing either. The JCT has different versions depending on the scale of the project. So for our giant $12 million library, you'd use the big one, the Standard Building Contract, or SBC. For a medium-sized job, there's the IC. And for something small and simple like a house extension, you'd use the minor works contract, the MW. It's all about matching the complexity. So, let me leave you with a little thought experiment. Your 12 million pound fixed price library is going great. The diggers are on site, but then they hit something that's not on any of the plans. Turns out it's a priceless Roman villa. So, what happens to your nice, neat, fixed price promise then? That's a question that gets right to the edge of what these contracts can and can't do. Something to think about.